U.S. and Canadian rescue teams were racing around the clock trying to rescue the 5 members of a group that went down in a submersible that has been missing since Sunday. It's in the North Atlantic, pretty remote area, and then they were supposed to go to a depth of nearly 2.5 miles where the Titanic wreckage is located. It's a very deep area, so it's hard to find an object that's not much bigger than a van. You have to look both on the surface and below the surface because, it could be floating, but it could be underwater. So it's just a huge amount of space to look in and in a pretty remote area. So that combination makes it difficult, makes it hard to get the ships out there. You can get the planes fast enough, but not the ships that are supposed to help in the search. Apparently, it was 1 pilot and 4 crew members. I think they call them mission specialists. They're essentially tourists. They have a little bit of training and they have quite a bit of interest in what this company, OceanGate, offers, which is trips to see the wreckage of the Titanic. It's a unique experience. The cost of the trip right now is about $250,000. So it's a curiosity, and it has drawn interest from some people who can afford it, but it has some risks. The initial amount of oxygen and fuel and survival capability was supposed to be 4 days worth. So that puts the potentially devastating consequences coming around on Thursday. And there's a report that came out from the New York Times saying that a trade group had in 2018 written a letter to OceanGate, the company, warning them about their approach to developing this vessel called a Titan, saying that they weren't sure that this vessel was really safe, saying that it may not be sticking to industry standards, and they were concerned about potentially catastrophic outcome and the impact it would have on the industry itself.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out these other videos from USA Today to stay up to date with all the latest news.